Let me start by asking a question to all of you. Have you ever felt that you were living someone else's life? Please raise your hands. I want some honesty here. Please raise your hands if you feel like you're living someone else's life. I see 1, 2, 3. Oh, 10, 12 hands now. You know, as a matter of fact, we are taught to prioritize family, society, expectations. What happens when we stop pretending and start living? Exactly, that happened in my life. I'll start with a personal story. I was born in a South Indian Iyer family as the 5th child. Extremely good in studies. All we did was study morning to evening and top in the class. I was a school topper throughout my 12 years of schooling. When I finished my 12th standard, I was told, what do you want to pursue? I was in commerce, so the path was set for me. Do CA, foundation, BCom honors, take up an IIT course, and that's how life will be perfect. A respectable, secure life. And I was doing all that my siblings, my elders were telling me, because I thought this is perfect. And exactly when my results came, and I went for the articleship, something felt off. What happens when you stop pretending and choose self-love? Back in the days, there was no YouTube, no mentorship, no guidance. I had talent deep inside me. I could sing, I could dance, I could tell stories, and I was excited about anything creative. And whenever I would do that, the applause I would get, I would feel like a star. I would go to my room, roll a piece of paper, give a speech for award winning. Very filmy, but that is how I was. You know, the constant battle was this discussion of who I want to be was within myself. I didn't know what I wanted to be because back then there was no definition of what a professional media would be like. It so happened I traveled to Bombay for some work assignment. I happened to meet a very, very well-known model from the industry, and I saw his portfolio. He was sitting next to me, and then the 2-hour journey from Delhi to Bombay, he told me about the entire process of being a model and the fun part of it and the creative side of it. Those 2 hours felt like 2 minutes, and I was just glued. I said, wow, this is a life I want to live. This is so exciting. And then what I did, I came back home and I had saved some little money back in my account because I used to do summer jobs. I didn't have the courage to tell my family or my siblings or society, anyone around me, because I thought they'll judge me and they'll think she's lost her mind. I went to meet the photographer and I did a portfolio. A young girl from a typical family, the family wanting her to become a CA, do a secure job, chooses to become a model, and she doesn't know what it means like. So I shot a portfolio and I kept the entire deck in my house for the next 6 months because no one told me you're supposed to distribute the pictures. So I was like, someone contacted me after 6 months saying, hey, where were you? This photographer has been trying to reach you because there was work coming your way. And I felt very happy, even though I didn't do those assignments, but I felt, people like my pictures, I'll get work. And slowly, I went and secretly, even now, I didn't inform my family, started doing print campaigns. I would smile, get 10,000 rupees just for smiling, and I felt the happiest. I'm talking about 20 years ago. 10,000 was big money back then. And then when I reached home, one fine day, one of my print campaigns released in a Times of India newspaper. I was so happy, so proud, and that's when the first time I went and showed my dad that I have started pursuing modeling as a hobby. He asked. I didn't have an answer. I said, I like this. He didn't have a problem, although he was not very happy because it was not considered to be a respectable profession. So he thought it's just a hobby, it'll be there for a month or two and it'll just go pass off. So they were not ever, whenever I showed a picture of my campaign, there was no excitement in my family. No one cared, even 1%. So it was me who got excited, it was me who felt everything, but I felt joy. I chose happiness in little moments during that time. Just then, my CA intermediate exam came 9 months into my articleship. I remember the first time, something inside me told me, fell off. I called my brother, morning 9 o'clock, when the exam was supposed to happen at 10:30. I called up and I told him, I don't want to give the exam. He said, are you joking? Imagine one of you just calling your dad on the day of the exam saying, I don't want to give the exam. I said, I didn't open the books. And I meant that. He got mad. he thought she's lost it. He's like, I think you're joking, right? I said, no, I'm not joking. And he got really angry. He said, I don't care, just pack your bags and go and give the exam. I went, I wrote the exam. I didn't finish the paper because I was doing studies. I didn't want to even write. I was scared to pass. I failed. A failure by choice. I enjoyed this failure. But they were equally adamant. I come from the family of adamant heads, no? They made sure that I give the attempt every 6 months. And I made sure I fail every 6 months. Let's see who wins. So I kept doing that. For the next 1.5 years, I failed better, like with more marks I failed. And my brother knows this girl has lost it. And slowly, a little bit of commercial work came in. I got better with time, and I did commercial print, and I was a little bit well known. By then, I turned 24. What happens at 24 for a girl in India? Oh, she's ready for marriage. Let's make a matrimonial account and get her married. I could not even oppose that. And so basically, I kind of agreed to the whole setup. Within a week's time, a guy came to see me, and within 11 days, I got engaged to a merchant navy captain. Here, where I was building something which I did not know how to define. In about 3 to 6 months, I got married to the person. I was in US, in waters, looking around Arabic and Pacific Ocean, and just thinking, is this the life I was born for? I still had that constant question, the fear of how do I tell anyone that this is not the life I'm enjoying. Professionally, my career had a full stop because I was living 6 months on the ship. And personally, the marriage did not work very well. I faced a difficult marriage, I went through domestic violence, and a lot more. But even then, something inside me told me I have to get out of here and find a way for myself, and I have to choose myself, and I will not let any of the decisions from my society or my family affect me anymore. I will choose my happiness first. So I came back to India, and I became really depressed, and my face was not the same. I used to look very sad, very low. One fine day, my father called me. He was in Dubai around the time, and he said, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm fine." And in that call, I said, I'm not fine, and I kept crying because I was not fine for the longest time. He came to India the next day. He sat with me, and I told him, this marriage is suffocating me. I don't want to be living in this marriage anymore. I want a divorce. Divorce was not common even back then. A girl chooses not to choose the conventional career, conventional way of life as a married woman. I'm not doing anything right. Society would judge me again. And my father was my biggest support system. He told me one thing that day, and it stays with me till date. He said, you can do what you feel like, just I want my daughter happy. And that has stayed with me till date. I've chosen to be happy every single day. It so happened that after all this, stress and the journey, I got a chance to audition for a film, for the first time, for a feature film in Bombay. It was from American Productions, Delhi Belly. I thought I'll go to Bombay, just crack this audition, my life is set. 6 months, I am a star in Bombay. So easy, right? So I went to Bombay, I went for the audition, I had the script, roll, light sound, roll camera, action. You know what happened? I froze. I couldn't say a word. The person who was thinking to build this for years could not speak in front of camera because I didn't know this is not easy. It's a lot of struggle. From that day onwards, I started working on myself as an actor, behind camera, in front of camera. I auditioned every single day, queues of 100 and 200 people, and cracked 1 week or the other. I would get some work, and so many times work will come, and sometimes the money will get over, and I'll go back to Delhi because my money will get over, and no one will support because they still thought this is not a profession. Just then, when I was sitting in Delhi one day, a director friend called me and he asked me, so what are you up to? I said, nothing. He said, why? He said, I don't know, I'm going through a lot of stress. I don't feel right about facing the camera. He said, why don't you come behind the camera? I'm shooting a film next week. Come and become an assistant director on the film. I said, मुझे नहीं आता है. How will I become an assistant? I don't know this. He told me, just come. I packed my bags, I went to Bangalore, and in 2 months, I was not just assisting, I ended up doing the choreography and the costumes for the entire film. And then onwards, every now and then I got another film. My work gave me work. People love what I did, and I absolutely enjoyed my time on a film set. It was pure joy. My eyes would light up. Even now when I talk about films, I feel very excited because this is where my true calling was, and I found it. Even then, once again, the bank balance was not very good. I didn't get any alimony, I didn't file for it. So at 30, I felt I need to have some bank balance and do a stable job. Because I used to do corporate jobs whenever I was out of money. I got a call from IBM Dubai. I was asked to shoot corporate videos for them and move to Dubai. Life was great. I moved there, I made videos for them. I used to go for running every morning. One morning, after 3 months, I realized this is not what I want to do. At 30, I'm still not clear what I want to do. But I was thinking, I think I should direct a film independently and produce it too, because nobody is going to believe in me unless I believe in myself at the very first outset. So I came to India to shoot the film. My bosses were very supportive. They said, you can shoot the film and come back. It was a short film for one day, and I titled it Appa. It was a story of a daughter and a father, and it was partially based on my life and a girl who finds financial freedom as the answer to a lot of problems that she was facing in life. And that's how my first film was made in 2008. Then I made Wrong Mistake, another one, Seasoned with Love. I found a producer for the film, and that film hit about 120 million views on YouTube organically. I felt people want to see what I make, and I make very emotional and very slice of life films because I feel our journeys define our stories, right? So every story that I tell, it's a piece of my heart. That's what I say. So I came back and I started shooting back to back. In the end, basically, the last 10 years, I still feel, that the alchemy of transformation is not about taking that big grand step. It's about taking those small brave steps. Deep inside you, we are buried under expectations. Sometimes it feels it's too risky, it's too difficult, or it's going to be very, people are not going to accept it. Forget about all that. Ask yourself, what is your true calling? And because if you're going to live with that, you will not be happy. Money doesn't make you happy, your passion makes you happy. Please follow your passion and sit down and think about what you're pursuing in life. Is it your true calling or not? It may happen in 10 years, 20 years, but please keep yourself happy. Choose your happiness. That's what I ask. I tell everyone. Now, the question I want to ask all of you today is, what is the first step that you've been afraid to take in all these years? I know you guys are getting degrees, in colleges, but is there passion, is something else that you like? Please give it a little bit, nurture it a bit, and see if it is really your true calling. That's what I want you to do, because end of the day, each one of us here is responsible to write our own story. It's your job to decide, will you write your own story, or will you let someone else write it for you? I decided to own my own story, and I wish you do that too. Now, my one promise to me, by coming on the stage, I decided what is that one dream that I want to live, even now. It is a promise to myself that in the coming year or next year, I'm going to direct a full-fledged feature film as a director, and I'm working towards it right now, and very soon you'll see a feature film that I'll be directing. I thank all of you, my fellow speakers and the audience here. Please pursue your dreams and own your story, own your dream. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.